Alright. Hello, hello. Hello, zombie. Yeah, I couldn't decide what indie game to play today. So, ultimately, just hopped on ever reliable Rogue Trader. I'm drinking a cola today with this cold sort of ice lemon effect, and it does create kind of interesting feeling of indeed of an ice drink. It's like the closest feeling. It's almost like, I don't know, some sort of anesthesia effect it creates. Okay, it's loaded. Yeah, quite interesting technology. I cannot trade so many rogues, you're not gonna believe it. Yeah. Yeah, I see that. I think there's supposed to be. Oh, that's Cleito. But anyway, a mountain of vegetable waste rises up ahead. Next to each stands a rusty pitchfork. Your attention is drawn to something pale pink, half buried under the waste and looking suspiciously like a limb. Let's investigate it. You pull out the strange object from the pile. What emerges is a human forearm, crudely severed at the elbow. The horse behind you sniffs and cranes its neck. Well, let's take the arm. You pick out what used to be someone's arm. The horse looks at the dead fingers greedily. Okay, let's pick up the pitchfork. This could be a decent weapon if not for one problem. You lock the strings to pull it free from the wrist. Got it. Stoop back through the fence. The horse snorts restlessly behind you. I had the pleasure of playtesting Blake's head-on map on Saturday. Oh, right. Right, so they're doing a good project, I guess. Hello, hello, Shornognon. Oh god. So there are other horses. Your attempt at breaking out may not have worked, but it has drawn attention. You hear the stable hand grumble. Hey, cut it out in there! My servants will find me, and when they do, they will cut you to the ribbons, unless you let me go right now. You're far from the first daft lass who's crawled down the chute to eat the horse's leftovers. And you know what? Nobody's ever come to fetch any of you. Servants. Don't make me laugh. Do I order sushi? Yes, it does feel rhetorical at this point. I am a hungry young court lady and I'm in danger. Don't you have a heart? Maybe not. What I do have is enough wits not to go rummaging in the dump. That's why I'm on the side of this door and you on the other. Please, let me out. I can make you rich. Stop whining. It's in your best interest to die quickly. No point in prolonging your own suffering. Just lie down and croak already. Ordering. Okay, let's stop talking to the stable hand. creature that dragged you out of unconsciousness turns out to be a muddy brown horse. From the darkness, the beast follows you with its large black eyes. It looks hungry and frightened. Let's look around the stable. The horse must have smashed through the stall to reach you. You immediately know the empty trough and the fitted pile of vegetable tops under your feet. The moment you approach to the rotting waste is blocked by an iron fence. The horse whines restlessly as it casts its eye over the barrier. Let's examine the horse. Awareness test failed. The horse is behaving oddly, lurking in the shadows. You must have spooked it when you came to. And let's try toss the corpse part over the stable door. The animal's nostrils flare in agitation. It pauses for a second, watching the arm's trajectory, then trots after the treat with a rumble. Snorting frantically, the horse hurtles toward the stable door and smashes straight through it. The sight of the stable hand standing in the doorway portends nothing good for you. The man's face is savage and glinting in his hand is a meat cleaver.
Not so nosy anymore, are you, little wench? I'll skin your life.
Yeah, let's go for help. You take it. That was not a loud scream. You take a deep breath and scream as loud as you can. Your voice rings pitifully. This cry may be your last. You see in your reflection the blade of the cleaver. There is no way out. At least this foray into the life of Caesarian peasantry has been a short one. An abrupt metallic clang rattles the stable. Something very heavy is coming your way at terrifying speed. Yep. The cleaver raised for a strike falls from the man's hand as he screams, assailed by a whirlwind of fangs, fur, and metal. Having emerged from the gloom, the cyber mastiff does not give the stable hand even a single chance. After ripping out a part of his spine, the beast spits out the corpse and looks up at you.
Good boy, Glato.
You notice a dent in one of the cybermastiff's implants. He has taken a beating. It is hard to say whether he received this injury at the time of your capture or during his escape from the castle. Glato stares at you for a while, then barks and turns to scan the area. He's clearly waiting for orders. Logic test failed. Cybermastiff listens only to its its master. But now Glato is here. He has followed you through the trapdoor, which must mean that his master is dead? Of course not. So I guess we're going to have like at least one encounter only with Glato as our combatant. That's kind of cool. The local inhabitants coming down the slope look hostile in the extreme. The vilest of them is missing an eye, but he makes sure to keep his remaining one fixed on you. Wait, one eye? The mayor, not the mayor, wait, the governor, right? I guess his status, he talked about one eye. I remember something nonsensical.
Hey, puppet! Where'd you get that dress? You know, my bride-to-be would love to wear a dress like that on her wedding day. Would you lend it to her?
The one-eyed bandit glances at your dirty yet expensive clothes. Something tells you that these people would gladly peel the dress of you right along with your skin. Who the fuck is Murgus?
Aren't you that one-eyed fellow? Try give Murgus your regards. She's waiting for me up ahead.
You watch the bandolier expression slowly shift from confusion to barely concealed terror.
Damn it! You can give her this!
After making a rude gesture at you, the man turns and steps aside. The bandits let you pass, having seemingly lost all interest in you. I have no idea who Murgus is, and I guess I learned about this character somewhere some time ago. This villa is similar to the ones used to raise the enormous elevator in the central square. This one, however, has completely rusted through with age. Wait, Editka? Oh, it's the one that I allowed to escape. Man with scissors that I cannot interact with for some reason.
Spend the whole day hooking up that thing. Now we got to do that all over again. Get out of here before we break anything else.
I'm also surprised that in this cutscene they gave me enough time to read the text. Very uncharacteristic for this game. Yeah, it's... yeah, they definitely went for a Vela kind of a type of environment. I did expect more of a conventional, I guess, medieval village. But no, this is like literally huts made of just metal sheets. The slums. That's like something that you would expect at the lower levels of some hype city, right? And I don't know, I don't think I like it. I don't think I'm a big fan of their rendition of a feudal world. Especially this segment. Yes, more medievalness, exactly. I like the flesh-eating homes. Yes, they are nice. Indeed. I hope that we will see more of the homes in the future. Oh, they blocked this path, so we cannot go up there. Interesting. Hello, Triangle. Yes, it is indeed a rogue trader time. Yeah, I return to Watcher, but that kind of seems to be my only option. Oh, wait, I can go through this area, right? No questions asked. Yeah, we have our doggo. I guess I kind of like this. A doggo bonding experience. Several commoners are talking in a loud whisper, taking no notice of you. A balding man with a bowl cut is gesturing energetically, his back turned toward you.
Never saw a thing like this happen in my time. And you, Celestial Lord, has paid us a visit. They say he descended from the sky on a great bird of iron, and stepped out of its belly clad in gold armor. Any who saw him were blinded by the splendor. Thus he's anointed for you.
Ah, rubbish. I've heard the tale before, and only an idiot would believe it. He's a nobleman like any other, just a more important one. Treats everyone like dirt and pushes people around worse than any of our own nobles do. But that's the way it is, isn't it? It's the God Emperor's will that their place be at the top and ours in the dust. That's how the world works. Next thing you know, the Celestial Lord will make this whole place his own.
The pot-bellied man runs a finger under his nose, leaving a clean patch on his grimy face.
Oh, I wish it was like you said. Something tells me bad things are coming now that he's here. I heard the new Celestial Lord. Wait, look, that's Maeve over there. She served the Celestial Lord herself. She can tell us all about it. Hey, Maeve.
A small crowd rushes toward you.
You want me to tell you about the Celestial Lord? Well, I do know a thing or two.
The people's eye lit up with curiosity at your words. They hurriedly gather around you, ready to hear something extraordinary.
I was told that Celestial Lord accepted the key to Cicera from the court Fulton himself. He didn't shun the fool, he didn't beat him. So gracious.
The servant whispers with reverence.
That's how it happened, right, Maeve?
Oh, I can fail these. That's like 55%. Okay, let's try it out.
Well, almost. The governor's gift wasn't to his liking, and Roldo was punished severely for it. Now, every time the Celestial Lord so much as looks at him, he quivers, and his teeth clatter so badly you could use his jaw as a hammer. Finally, someone our rich folks are afraid of.
Fuck, I failed it. The people exchange anxious whispers. One of them shakes his head doubtfully as he steals glances in the direction.
Say what you will, but a noble is a noble, no matter how Celestial Lord is. They all act the same.
The servant elbows the others, bidding them to be silent.
Be quiet, will you? Let Maeve speak.
The servant lowers his voice to a whisper.
Have you ever heard about the mutant disaster? How they sure found someone to blame. The Celestial Lord didn't even bother with a trial. Made them crawl in the mud, begging for mercy. That's right, isn't it, Maeve? You know so little. The Celestial Lord never forgave the man for his misstep. He had his family brought before him and tortured them at length. And he laughed throughout the entire deal with a voice so sinister, even the rats in the corners died of the sheer horror.
Alright, I succeeded with this one. The three nudge each other in the side, nodding toward you. The details have clearly impressed them.
Don't know about you, but I'd rather not catch his eye. If I do, I might lose my own. It happens. Now, my lord, when he has me whipped, at least it's for something. I did, and I still got all my limbs. Oh, Emperor, protect us.
The trio fall silent for a while, each lost in their own thoughts.
Maeve, you got closer to him than anyone else here. How did he treat you?
Yeah, may you tell us what it's like to be around one of the gods Emperor anointed? If it'd been me there, I know I couldn't have said a word in his presence. You never know what to expect from someone of such rank. For all you know, you say the wrong thing and he has your tongue ripped out, roasted and served to you on a plate. What's that look for? It's happened before I was alive.
God, they're all on 10%. Ugh, that does not look good. So wait, am I like using Maeve's stats? Because I think I have more than 35. Maybe it's difficulty modifier that also affects it. I don't know. Probably, possibly.
The Celestial Lord allowed me to sing for him till sundown. Anyone who didn't fall silent when we approached and distracted him from enjoying the music was immediately executed.
Fire failed, of course. The bloody dogs roping us. The corners mumble something, their disbelief clear in their faces.
How long does Singo be staying here? What if he never leaves? What if he becomes our new governor? And now he's putting our lords and leaders in their places, but what are we next? Oh, said blood, may he protect us.
Oh, have you heard about Lord Grimly's new wife?
The potbelly servant has the other two's attention now. The Linklord are losing interest in the previous topic and you can no longer hear a word they're saying. It would appear the trio has forgotten about you completely. Alright. Oh, what is this? The face of the corpse has been skillfully cut off, but you recognize him by his outfit. The nobleman was murdered by the tailor you allowed to go free. Oh, okay. Alright. I like that my retinue is just... They're all just still here, standing in front of the speed. The box in your companion's hand is speaking in your own voice.
There is no need for concern. The proctor and I are in the middle of examining the documents together with the governor. I will be back as soon as we are done here.
There's a loud click indicating that the other side has cut the connection. Making awkward small talk for several hours. Oh god, yeah, I imagine. I've let Faros his bro. What he just heard does not sit well with the old officer.
Oh, I feel uneasy even so. The Lord Captain did report that everything is fine. Something about his voice wasn't quite right. Then again, the proctor is there too.
Hendrik grimaces and looks up with a doubtful expression.
I could be wrong, seeing as this accursed planet has too many sources of warp energies. I seem to sense an echo of the immaterial coming from above.
Marja looks around with an ominous grin.
Letting me get bored while I'm surrounded by all the frightened prey swarming within this castle. He's most unwise.
Kai Morak, am I the only one who can hear the strange notes in the Elatank's voice? You must head to the top. Oh my god. Iliot! Iliot! The goat! Alright. As soon as you approach, everyone's attention shifts to you. For now, the reaction feels closer to pent-up irritation than outright hostility.
Rejoice, one and all, for Oak Trader von Valancius has returned to you.
Your pompous declaration silences the group momentarily, and they stare at you in utter bewilderment. Someone, sound, an awkward chuckle. That's Marajai. That's Marajai. That's absolutely Marajai.
My dear, were you not the one assigned to watch over the rogue trader?
Henrik's lip curls as he looks to you. God, I'm just like so happy that we have a dialogue where we interact with like each our companion. You know, that's like I'm just so happy that we get this. Like everyone has a line, one line at least. Henrik's lip curls as he looks at you. Warp emanations, strong ones at that. Sorcery at work before our very eyes. His fingers tighten his weapon.
I'm Taval Valancius, here to see Doraman Valancius, who perished in the course of Conrad Whitebeard's treachery. What else must I dredge up from my past to make you believe me?
Abelard scowls.
You could have memorized a few facts from the Lord's Captain biography. Are we to play guessing games now?
Oh my god, I love this. I love this.
Abelard, present me to my retinue.
Abelard startles.
That tone!
The Senesha looks at you over from head to toe in amazement, but you can see that he's still unsure. Okay, this is very good.
Look, I have Solomon Cybermaster with me. Would he order his dog to guard some Caesarean chip?
The evidence is difficult to argue with, unless the arbitrator was forced somehow.
Listen, I have fallen victim to profane sorcery. I need my body back.
Henrik frowns.
She's not lying about the sorcery. There is a strange current of warp energy flowing from her, leading somewhere up there.
We need to go upstairs. Just trust me on this. You'll find the rogue trader at the top. Tell the shadow pilot today, because he won't listen to me.
Oh, okay. I guess if I try to interact with a ship, I would probably just be, like, denied. The suggestion to stop puzzling over your identity and start acting seems to have had an effect. At least no one is arguing with you anymore. Oh god, I thought I was let back for a second. Oh god, there's a chaos spawn already. Oh, I like what they did with their chaos spawn. I really like these two faces, or two heads, rather, on top. And a third hand, too. Yeah, that's pretty cool details. But I don't remember if miniatures have those. So maybe they decided to come up with their own design. When the dust clears, you see the familiar hall. The fool is fearfully hunched close to the cage in which you, or rather your body, is sitting. Your face is awash with tears. Your lip is split and the walks lies next to you. In the cage to the side stands Solomon, glaring through the bars at the true governor of Caesarea. Upon seeing you and Glato, the proctor straightens. It seems he was just waiting for your return. Without taking his intent gaze from you, he gives you a slow nod. He is ready to fight.
But how did you... the elevator! Damn it! Why did you have to make all this commotion? Why couldn't you just sit in a cage, out of the way, and wait for the ritual to be completed?
The fool looks back at the altar.
Tavrisk, move!
The Psyker's cracked skin seems ready to crumble to dust, but his assertive eyes burn with unotherworldly fire.
The ritual is nearly complete, my lord. The altar of change is ready to irrevocably squeeze the threads of fate.
What is this? Why lovely weather is capitalized? That's like such a rare... Fuck! I did not mean to do this. I did not mean to click it. Fuck me. Fuck me. Oh, fuck me. Okay, well... I guess I just lunge at the rule, though. Oh, the code word! Yes! Yeah, okay. I forgot about it at all. God damn it. Okay, I guess we're just fighting. The court fool snaps his fingers and the guards ready for their weapons. In the tense silence, every sound, every movement can be clearly heard until... the metal of the cage emits a pious... No, that's not pious. It's piteous? Piteous? Well, I don't know. A creak as Solomon slams his entire weight against the bars. Oh my god, the cutscene! Oh god, that was very exaggerated. Door. Damn, look at him! Oh my god, he shut the eye. That's what I need to do in the end of the specimen tutorial. Wow. Wow, look at him, he's so cool. You struggle to open your eyes. After the world has once again taken shape, you realize that you're staring at your own palms, from your own eye sockets. You move a hand and each muscle responds gratefully, filling with warmth. The others watch you with a mixture of hope and dismay. Okay, that was quick and easy. Okay. It's kind of funny that Solomon couldn't know what like destroying the altar, you know, would entail. He could just completely lock Rogue Trader in the wrong body, right? If like repeating the ritual was the only way to just get the soul into the right like body back. Yeah, that was very reckless, and a little bit unjustified, a little bit. Maeve, the real Maeve, looks at you through the watering eyes. Myself again. It was so. She lacks the strength for anything more, and her body collapses to the ground.
Well done, Solomon! By the way, how did you know that would work?
I didn't. But the heretics were so obsessed with this lump of stone, I figured their sorcery would be ruined without it.
You could also ruin your Rogue Trader in this way, buddy, but okay.
But why did you not get out of the cage earlier? You could have...
I doubt it. Loosening the cage fastenings without being noticed proved to be quite difficult. Besides, without you and Glader there, the outcome would have been too unpredictable, and I had no room for error. But there was one thing I knew for sure. Glader's implants and mine were exchanging data logs, which meant you were alive. So I waited.
Cover the road for the crimes of stealing my body from me, practicing heresy, and all around monstrosiousness. You are hereby sentenced to death. Attack!
How dare you order anyone around in my own palace? Tavrisk, do it!
My lord's destiny's already set in stone.
I did not have time to read it. Oh, they have... What the fuck is that?
Amusing attempt at defiance. Brace yourself.
Stone Sentinel? Are these actual, like, miniature-based enemies? I'm not so sure. I feel like they just came up with those because, like, statues. Yeah, let's make moving statues. My Lord's Destiny is already something. Yes, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, the cat spawn they have is pretty cool. I do like it. I don't remember if this is the base game case spawn. Oh, they updated it. They've gone rogue, you might say. So you can see that these guys are linked. What does that mean? While Tavrisk is alive, Bluff gains +1 stack of Bonds of Servitude, which turns it on instant combat. Minus 25% damage suffered, plus 25 damage dealt. Okay, got it. So I really need to deal with the Tavrisk. And Tavrisk is just hiding there. Okay. This is very awkward positioning for Tav. I cannot reach anyone. Oh.
What if? Let's see. Schemes within schemes.
Yeah, upper hand bluff maybe. 0 damage.
One of us would be enough.
Let's see. What if?
I think I'm going to go after the Tavrik. A Psyker versus a Psyker, sort of.
I've suffered worse.
Ouch! Oh god, these guys hurt.
Pain and duty go hand in hand.
Alright, Marajai, just destroy everyone.
Painful is the way.
Are you fucking kidding me? Oh.
Don't distract me. Behold.
Oh, it's like a commander. It's not just a guard. Okay.
It is handled.
Very good.
With grace and malice.
Yeah, let's get behind these two.
Emperor, protect me.
I wonder if I killed Tadua before when I had like a chance to execute him. Wait, what? Elliot cannot move?
If I must.
That's
I am not your Xenos
weird.
pet monkey. This tedium is beneath me. If it serves your cause. If I must.
What? Oh, she cannot attack. Wait. Oh, I'm so confused why she cannot move.
I am not your Xenos pet monkey.
Emperor, protect me.
Strike me again! See what happens!
The order's clear.
I don't know how many stacks of fury I had, but
Another scar to my collection!
ouch.
Quick, quick!
They're just killing each other. God, it is kind of funny how they didn't. I guess it is intentional, I assume. That they decided not to fix the enemies just friendly firing each other so frequently. So these nobles just they kill each other.
Let's see to it.
Yeah, okay. Hendrix, I guess, will handle the spawn.
Of course, Lord Captain. Let's see to it.
Maybe I should get and help Elliot. Yes,
High momentum.
and momentum, very good.
No matter the cost. Indeed.
Yeah, okay, I should probably go after the Stone Sentinel. Yeah, that was a bit of a waste. Damn, okay, that was good.
Make it quick.
Right. Oh, Talbrick, I'm coming for you! Oops, didn't mean to do that. Okay.
A wicked thought. Let's see. A genius at work. kid thought.
Also, maybe that was not a smart idea, because Tava is not good at dealing damage. Oh well.
Brace yourself, Abelard.
Did I ignore it earlier? That's good.
Don't distract me. With grace and malice. Oh, I don't think so. Bill, a perfect killing strike.
Okay, now Irlit can move. Very good.
Swift and silent.
Oof. Well, no, maybe not.
You will pay an even higher price.
Let's test our skills, Glato. Flex is inescapable. Accepted.
Yeah, I don't really understand Snowbone still, how to deal lots of damage with him effectively. Yep, they're just killing each other.
Bring it on!
Honestly, feels quite appropriate considering these are just nobles. So they are not very good at handling weapons.
Naturally.
What the fuck? What? Oh, Hendrix, okay. Got scared for a moment.
For the throne. Someone's death wish is mine to grant. I won't object. The Inquisition sends their regards.
Alright. One stone settles down. Very good, Hendrix. Let me try to aggro him. There's Albert again.
Victory is imminent. At your beck and call. Indeed. Here we go.
Right after him, Glato.
16 damage, look at that. I'm saying I'm just gonna hit Tarek in the face, because why not?
Let's see. A wicked thought.
60 damage.
That was not good. Oh well. Fuck, I missed.
What?
Ouch. He kicked him.
Emperor, protect me.
The order is clear. No heretic escapes punishment. It won't take long.
Emperor, protect me. Terror covers the front.
I'll see our foes obliterated. But of course, naturally,
I think he'll one-shot him, that was unnecessary. Yeah, Solomon need helps, I think.
glory. Out my way.
Oh, look at Glato, he's kind of hitting him nicely. Just piece by piece, sort of.
I'm gonna make you stronger, Glato.
I'm powerless to act. What if...
Oh, my ears are ringing.
Not enough!
With grace and malice.
Don't distract me.
Are you serious? Okay.
what it takes.
No, not Henrix! Oh god,
Scorn the pain.
it's very annoying.
I understand your intent.
Now I'll just double shot these two. Okay, very good. Very good.
This tedium is beneath me. If it serves your cause. Ancestors guide me.
I won't object to it.
Alright. There's like one left, right? I think? Yes.
At your beck and call.
Damn, that was a good attack from Marajai. Alright. Damn, very good. Yeah.
I've seen worse battles than this in my
Yeah,
time.
they're kind of cooked, I think.
Let's get to it.
No, he dodged Glato.
I can't stand it!
Try harder.
We might be able to one-shot him actually here.
I'm done playing.
Yep.
I will savor your delectable anguish. Perfect killing strike. With a pathetic attempt. Don't this?
Okay. And Marajai for the win. In the ensuing silence, a gurgling snicker becomes clearly audible.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I see our cast this to alive. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Start the gutting. Start the fun.
The ugly shambles that is Rhoda's face dissolves into a semblance of a smile.
7, 8. Shut your trap. You may open it when you are asked the question. And your answer had better be honest and to the point, or I swear by the Lex, your execution will involve Glatog gnawing on your limbs. And he can be very slow nowhere.
I want to talk to you about your plan. What was your goal here, Rivaldo?
The plan was simple and elegant. So Sarah starts underpaying this ties. Their beaters swallow the bait and send their messages here. That's why when I spring my trap, I change into the body of the arbitrator or proctor Valencia, pick up the altar board, the arbiter ship, and wave goodbye to this ball of dirt swinging in the void. The rogue trader would have been even better. But greed has a way of spoiling a good game of regicide. Of course, this game involved one key piece, the embodiment of freedom of choice, my magnificent altar. So much accumulated potential from years of experimentation. It is damaged, but it still beckons, waiting to be used.
Rhoda looks you in the eye with a caustic smile.
I advise you to keep it safe. Who knows how many thousands of lives it will claim if something happens to it? Unleashing all that power.
Are there any other victims of your ritual?
That survived, no. And I didn't count the dead. The ritual's complex one to perform. So it took Tauris and me a long time to calibrate it. And you were the one it worked on. Think of all the possibilities I opened up. Using the altar of change. I could have body swapped my way up to a load of terror.
Yeah, I doubt that.
What are you talking about? The very suggestion.
The proctor's voice resounds with fury. His steely fingers dig into Glator's collar.
You sick degenerate. As my father used to say, if you've come a long way, keep going. I'm a dead man as it is, so I might as well dream a little.
So, the Certium, what are its properties?
This wretched little world had nothing worthy of attention, save for Certium. And I started having dreams about it, and about changing bodies. Oh, I thought I was going insane. And I shared this with my sculptor, the now late Tavrisk. He helped me to understand the essence of the mineral. Experiment and studies followed, mostly carried out by Tavrisk. I to have his gift. Oh, but all the things I could do if I were a sorcerer. In the end, he realized Certium is more powerful than any known Psi-Focus.
Except for probably Blackstone. I have a feeling that maybe Tavrik did not know about the Blackstone.
After 1,000 cursed attempts, and a combination of powers, energies, and sacrificial victims, Tavrisk managed to create his finest sculpture from it, the Altar of Change, a magnificent artifact a door to eternity. No more limitations imposed by our mortal bodies. No ailment, no injuries. If your flesh is worn, just swap it for new flesh. Don't like your lot in life, choose from a solid artist. No longer just a dream, but its most perfect realization. Immortality in stone.
Does not know about Blackstone Tourist. What a monstrously twisted notion of eternity.
Monkill just love toying with forces beyond their control. All in the name of extending their pitiful little lifespan. I would even say it's touching in its own way.
And what was the point of that whole masquerade with a fake governor?
A governor attracts too much attention, and I wanted my hands to stay untied. So I offered my courtful a fair bargain. He would become me, ruling the planet, living the good life, getting whatever he wanted, while I would be out there, flying towards the stars. We traded faces closer than lives. Because I had gotten the local nobles into the habit of sewing other people's mugs on their heads, the swap went unnoticed. But the swap was only the first part of the deal. Naturally, I didn't mention the second part, the removal of witnesses. If someone is going to rat you out the moment there is a knife at his beloved sister's throat, you can't afford to keep them alive.
Rhoda casts a hateful glance in Maeve's direction.
I have learned all I needed to know. You may execute the heretic, Solomon.
Since you're done,
Solomon points his weapon.
Roldo, you have committed unsinkable heresy, and I refuse to acknowledge you as a human being or read a verdict as befitting a criminal. You are a stain on Sorcerer's history, and it is time to wipe you from it.
Also, he executes the governor quickly. You see a fleeting expression of absolute disgust, perhaps even hatred, pass over the proctor's face. Please don't bug out. Please? Solomon? I think he's stuck. Yeah. Oh well. Maeve opens her eyes and immediately jumps to her feet at the sight of the bloated corpse. She clenches her hands in her chest and her eyes well up.
Found anything, Solomon?
Yes. The data slate with the shipment chronicle that I spent so much time vainly searching for. According to the records, the ties period is 1 Terran decade and the quota prescribed is 1,000 cargo units. The governor was held 100 units from each of the 5 most recent shipments. That means this world has no actual difficulty regularly supplying its tribute. We can consider that matter settled. Deciding what to do with society is far more important. It is a resource we cannot afford to ignore.
Solomon looks you straight in the eye.
I propose destroying all the society already mined, as well as deposits. Allowing an abomination like that to exist is against the Lex. As for assessing the degree of Sorcerer's corruption deciding its fate, the law prescribes living this to the judgment of the world's owners. That is, The administratum.
Agreed.
Anything even remotely connected to the heresy that was committed here must be destroyed down to the last fragment and to the last participant. Dare I remind you, Lord Captain, that no one besides you has any knowledge of this mineral's properties? If it is left here, no one will find out. What a crafty way to paint me as a mindless henchman. Let me also remind you that I report directly to the Marshal, and my reports are thorough.
Alright, let's do the conviction choice. Well, I think I know which one I pick up.
Yeah, such a valuable material. Such incredible possibilities. I hereby order the sodium to be added to the planet's ties. The Imperium must obtain as much of this marvelous stone as possible.
Solomon grins his teeth, but obediently declares,
Your orders are clear, rogue traitor.
The Elantak, your desire to understand rather than destroy out of fear does your credit. But take heed, the minds of Monkey are fragile and ill-equipped to withstand something with such a strong connection to the whale. Maeve looks up at you pleadingly.
My celestial lord, what am I to do now?
And not a sliver of remorse. Just fear her own skin. Do not be swayed by a criminal's tears. I have seen plenty of those, and they are worth nothing. Or I should say, not worth more than a bullet.
God damn it, Solomon, you're just... Wow, buddy. You're losing my sympathies very quickly here. God, it's so... God, the fact that he can turn her into servitor. Yeah, May basically did nothing wrong. She was just completely out of the loop of the whole conspiracy. Don't you dare. No, I do feel bad for taking her necklace, so...
Sure, you can become a new governor, you know. Yeah, why not?
Please, not me. Anyone but me. Who would listen to a court upstart who used to be a chamberpot mate? May blushed profusely as she realizes she has said too much.
Relax. You will serve whatever governor I appoint from among people whose loyalty I can trust. And you will report their every movement to me.
As you wish, my celestial lord.
Then, the Seraph's fate is decided, and there is no point in staying here any longer. The heretic mentioned that destroying the altar would risk death among the local population. Whether he was lying or trying to manipulate us is irrelevant. The abomination must be destroyed. As for any casualties, the Emperor will know his own.
My god, Solomon.
Ah!
Oh my, he's stuck in this animation. As you approach the damaged altar, you feel an unpleasant weakness. You hear a faint ringing in your ears as if smooth surface of the stone is groaning from the wounds it has suffered. Yeah, right? The fact I have Hendrix here and he's just like, yep. Alright, well, we're going full heretic here, I think. Secretly take a shard of the altar.
Ah, this thing no longer poses any threat. Let it stay here.
As you lean over the shard, the ringing in your ears intensifies for a moment. The quiet voice promises you strength and power, asks you to save it from oblivion, and you graciously fulfill its request. Once the largest of the shards is in your hands, it falls silent, pacified. You are interrupted by an anxious voice from the Vox. Lord Captain, do you read? The shuttle pilot reported the rescue operation. Enforcers are on their way. What is your status? Are you alive? Come in.
I am alive, Victus. I prepare to depart.
Copy, Lord Captain. Okay, so this is the end of the DLC, I wonder. Seems to me that we're pretty much done with Cicera. Oh, look at Bluff. He's still standing there because Solomon couldn't kill him. This planet? Oh. I see. Feudal sword, great sword, iron shield, heavy maul. But the DLC still continues. Interesting. Inform the prefect. Okay, we're going to Dargans. Okay. I did need to save. I keep forgetting to save. Also, wait. I'm curious if Solomon has something to say to us. But it looks like so the DLC is basically like made of these isolated stories, I guess. Because I assume we are not going to go back to Cicera.
Rogue trader.
No, he has nothing to say. Unfortunate.
What lies?
Oh, the
beyond
administratum. Oh, I remember this location with very, very warm memories. Oh, look at the servitors. Oh, that's her. They just made a portrait for her. I see. So that's not a new character, really. Not like a DLC sort of exclusive. The shriveled insect-like old woman greets you with a keen look.
Welcome back to the Temple of Law and Order, your lordship. I have already been informed that you are here about Sarah.
Prefect Vulture nods to herself and snaps her brittle fingers, prompting a service call to fleet closer, the creaking of its quill filling the air.
Begin entry 51/4-Alpha. In the matter of the world Sarah and its obligation to pay the Imperial tithes, this audience with the Prefect of the Adeptus Administratum is now in session. Now then, what were your findings, Tav von Valancius?
My seneschal will give you an account of it. Reporting to anyone in person would be beneath my station.
I am afraid I cannot accept another person's report.
Her shriveled fingers nimbly extract a piece of parchment from her stack of papers. It is covered in minuscule writing.
Statute 19/A-11. Any decision pertaining to matters of the tithes shall solely be answered for by the person that directly made that decision. A report made by any other person shall be deemed legally null and void.
The prefect puts the document back in its place.
As you can see, there is a sacred stipulation that you submit your report in person and that I accept it from no one else.
Well, a heretic had seized power in Sarah. I had him executed.
I see.
The old woman looks at you intently over her ocular lenses.
This is regrettable news, even if your action was forced by circumstance. The loss of the governor means the loss of the very stability that any servant of the administratum is immutably obliged to uphold and to protect. Well, let us get to the record then.
The prefect turns to the service call.
Rogue traitor Tav von Valancius effected the execution of the governor of Sarah appointed by the Adeptus Administratum. Preliminary damage assessment and restoration forecast of the world's key structures. Class A. Severe. Noted and recorded.
Speaking of Administratum, did you watch the third episode of Ties Mono? Administratum is very nicely featured in that one.
Well, I also discovered a unique material. A natural Psyphocus called Sacertium. I ordered it to be included in Sarah's planetary ties.
The prefect grimaces.
I can quite confidently deem that outcome to be adverse to the interest of the Imperium. Alas, your lordship, I am duty-bound to deliver an exact an impartial assessment of the events. Rogue traitor Tav von Valancius sanctioned the transportation of a presumably warp-corrupted material to the Imperium storages. By including said material in the volume of the Imperial ties, Tav von Valancius changed the planet's ties grade from Salutio Extremis to Decuma Tertius without filling out the necessary documentation, thereby risking potential major upsets in administrative processes. Noted and recorded.
I fell asleep before I go to the ties every day. Yes. Greatly recommend. She gave me shit for not getting the words to include in the space taxes. The administratum. My beloved. The prefect chews on her lip in thought.
I will be frank with you, your lordship. The conclusions that were drawn regarding the Sucera inspection were far from satisfactory. I hope my words will help you to revise your approach to executing the Imperium's will in the Corona's expanse in the future.
With a tap of her nail, she dismisses the service call. Solomon's voice is firm almost to the point of rudeness.
I request that the following note to be added to the record. The rogue trader's actions are not to be scrutinized. They were carried out in my presence and thus had the approval of the Adeptus Arbites.
Salomon thrusts his chest out imposingly as if trying to deflect an enemy blow directed at you. That's surprising. That's surprising considering that I really rebuked him at the very end. Is it because I romanced him? Glancing at Solomon with indifference, the prefect says in a creaking voice,
The proctor's statement has been added to the record and entry.
Anyway, one way or another, we can consider the matter of Sucera closed. Am I correct?
Closed and recorded, yes.
The old woman smacks her lips in satisfaction.
However, that was just the first item on the agenda. Now, on to the next matter.
Did the Solomon defend you here? The prefect beckons over another service call which obediently takes its place at her side.
Begin entry 52/1-Sigma. Competency assessment of Proctor Solomon Ansar based on his performance during the mission on the world Sucera.
You hear a painful metallic creak as Solomon's augmented hand clenches into a fist.
Competency assessment? Very well, Prefect. I am listening.
The Forgetter. The Forgetter.
What gives you the right to evaluate Solomon?
So as to avoid misunderstanding, allow me to clarify that I am not making any judgments, but rather gathering information at Marshal Strack's request.
The prefect turns to Solomon.
Proctor Ansar, you will be evaluating your own conduct in this instance. For my part, I will merely state a few key points. Let us begin. How would you describe your performance, taking into account the following facts?
Vulture produces a parchment scroll.
You took part in the execution of an administrative appointee without its appropriate permission. You are also allowed yourself to be captured, thus endangering your mission and imperiling the valuable equipment issued to you by the Adeptus Arbites. What is more, you sanctioned a ties-related decision that carries adverse consequences for the Imperium.
The old woman pauses.
That is all. Proceed to your self-evaluation.
Solomon's heavy gaze is fixed upon the prefect as he slowly forces the first word out of his jaws, as if they have turned to stone.
I took every effort and was acting solely in the name of the Lex Imperialis. However, the outcome of the mission speaks for itself. My verdict is thus that my performance in this Cesare case was inadequate. Noted and recorded.
The prefect's immaculately polished ocular lenses bore into you once more.
Now that the Cesare inspection report has been properly entered the record, allow me, on behalf of the Adeptus Administratum, to officially extend our gratitude to you for the support you provided to us. May the Von Valancius name be forever praised, and may the Emperor protect your dynasty for many generations to come. That said, I must now request your assistance in a different capacity. A number of highly important court cases have accumulated at the Palace of Justice, the kind that require formal resolutions by the rogue trader himself.
Lean toward Solomon and whisper.
You should have taken all the blame like that.
Solomon whispers back.
You told the truth. I was there and I let it happen.
After a pause, he adds even more quietly.
Besides, I owe you for acting like an oaf at the celebration.
Oh,
Apology accepted. Let's not dwell on it.
Of course, Duff.
Solomon smiles with only his eyes. The prefect clears his throat in boldly obnoxious fashion. Oh my god, why this is not voiced?
Rogue trader, are you and the proctor quite done discussing your undoubtedly pressing concerns? If you are, let us return to the matter of court proceedings.
What is this Palace of Justice?
It is a temple of the law erected by your ancestors. Some cases could only be settled by heads of the dynasty, but since their time was occupied by other important duties, a facility was built for storing especially complex cases. At a certain point, servants of the administratum were permitted to use the Palace of Justice for hearing disputes. Then, in Lady Theodora's time, the Arbites became part of the legal procedure as well.
And how will the trial proceed?
The defendant will speak first, whereupon you can ask me clarifying questions on the case, and then
The old woman gives you a meaningful look over her ocular lenses.
the sentence must be passed. You are, of course, free to judge otherwise, but an execution is preferable, since in every case that will come before you, an outcome without highly unpleasant consequences is unlikely. Execution reduce the number of malcontents and motivate prospective defendants to solve their problems before they come under the purview of the rogue trader's court.
Yeah, that sounds great.
One of the rogue trader's many duties is to meet our justice. I agree.
There is one other thing, rogue trader. By the order of Marshal Strax, Proctor Answer has been assigned a short-term mission. He is to take his leave of your retinue at dawn, as this is a matter of extreme urgency. The Adeptus Arbites would appreciate your understanding.
What mission?
Proctor Ansar is to lead an arbitrator squad tasked with neutralizing some dangerous criminals who are threatening the administratum interests. A rather mundane assignment, as you may have gathered.
Oh well, good luck on your assignment, Solomon.
Thank you, Rogue Trader. I have relegated my current task in advance, and thus I am ready to escort you to the Palace of Justice immediately. Please follow me.
God, the scales look so silly. Oh, I do like the throne. It kind of looked comfy. Wait, what the wait, is it a cannon? You're greeted by an impeccably dressed man with a perfectly straight back. An Arbites scale emblem is embroidered on his clothes.
Ah, glories to House von Valancius. We are honored to welcome you to the Palace of Justice, your lordship. Do you wish to proceed to the session at once? Or will you grace me with any questions I might humbly answer?
What is this place?
The place of justice. The ninth residence of House von Valancius. Erected by your esteemed ancestor Boniface von Valancius, and handed over by Theodora von Valancius. Ever may she bask in the throne's radiance.
Throne's radiance, you say?
To the Adeptus Arbites in the Administratum for judiciary use. Case of special interest, I heard of this palace. Sentences are carried out here also.
And what kind of cases usually heard here?
Only the most important ones that involve the interests of the highest-born persons and prominent factions of the Imperium. Disputes between noble houses that go on for generations. Conflicts between the God Emperor's servants who are vested with authority, and whose disagreements affect trade and security in the Protectorate, and other litigations of supreme significance. The cases litigated at the Palace of Justice quite literally concern matters of life and death. In such instances, there is always a guilty party whose lies, connivances, and negligence have caused damage to the Protectorate. The task of the judge is to establish guilt and pass a stern sentence. As order cannot be imposed without this, or without summary executions.
Why is Solomon still here? I thought he left.
Let us begin then.
Please follow me.
In Scribia Vulture's dreary, vox-amplified voice carries across the hall.
The court will now hear case DP-1453/2, the doleful host against the astropathic choir of darkness. Representatives of the parties will present their arguments following standard procedure.
Sister Juice. A woman with lines of scripture all over her skin holds her arms into an aquila. My name is Sister Juice, and I represent the doleful host, I guess. Oh God, Emperor's anointed one, we came upon a group of heretics whose minds brimmed with the most shameless thoughts. We captured them and tortured them as befits their transgressions. From what we were able to discern from their wailing and screaming, the head of the astropathic choir is plotting to betray House One Valantius. No one is a liar when flame is caressing their flesh. The doleful host surrounding the quiet building and demanding that the heretic be handed over. It was solely out of respect for the Anointed One that we refrained from burning down the wayward heretic's den on the spot. However, say but the word and we shall take him, that he may undergo a righteous cleansing. A human heroism. Kurt,
The arguments are acknowledged and shall be weighed on the scales of justice. The representative will retreat to the Chapel of Patience to await the verdict.
The gaunt man dressed in Astropath's robes is standing tall, but his voice trembles with fury.
I am Master Angelio. I represent the darkness, Astropathic choir. These insidious and ignorant people are passing off their victims' ravings as truths. Lordship, people will say anything under torture just to make the agony stop. We have served House One Valantius faithfully for decades. Master Pras, the longest of all, please order them to stand down.
The master of the court repeats the same monotonous formula, bidding the other representative to leave the courtroom.
I would like to hear how the parties.
Again? I'm afraid they have already said what they had to say, and are humbly waiting their fate. Whatever questions you have, you may pose to me.
But give me the details about the parties to this conflict. I want to see who among them is trustworthy.
As the prefect leans toward you, you get a whiff of ink and candle wax.
The doleful host is a respected cult of the good emperor. The Adeptus Ministorum has deemed them to be paragons of virtue, who combat every manner of heresies, and has enlisted their aid in various conflicts. Naturally, the ecclesiarchy stops short of counting them among its warriors, but it uses them in very similar ways. The Astropathic choir highly needs an introduction. They are some of the most valuable servants of the Imperium, without whom any and all communication between your worlds would collapse. The Darganus choir took horrific casualties in the recent major warp storm. Master Pras made an enormous effort to at least partially restore communication. While we may not have proof of his innocence, Pras' dedication to his duty is beyond doubt.
The old woman locks her shriveled fingers together.
As you can see, this is an intricate situation.
Oh, I never checked her portrait in detail, actually. But I like the candles and the books, like little bookshelf on her like backpack. Pretty cool. Whose pauldron is she holding? Wait, what do you mean? She's holding a book. Or what? Her hand is in what it looks like a pauldron, upper right corner? No, there's like a person stands next to her, I think. Like you can see that it's like a figure of Fuck, why are we not working? But I think this is a person. Like, look, that's like their hand. I think there's just someone stands next to her. I don't know. I mean, there's nothing to identify. Lore Imperium test failed. You have no way of knowing what the correct decision should be. This does look like a complicated case.
I want to hear my retinue's opinions.
Lord Captain, without a Quai Master, the power of Dargon's Astropass would be significantly diminished. Unless a worthy replacement is found for Master Prash, he cannot be executed.
The Seneschal frowns.
There is a chore of the world that owes us an old debt which can be paid with a seasoned Astropass. We can make a request. Also, it would leave the planet in question with barely any means of communication.
Oh, the Chorda! The dogmatic rogue trader, right? I remember her. I wonder if this will become relevant. I don't think so. I think it's just it was just a like a, I don't know, a bigger, like the concept art was like featured more like characters or something, but that's really it. Okay, only Apilar has something to say. Ugh. Okay, switch on your walks.
Weakness. Quick, ask our ship's Quai Master whether Master Price of Darkness has been known to engage in any compromising behavior.
At once, Lord Captain.
The Palace of Justice falls silent for several minutes until Victor's voice returns.
Quai Master Vase has known Master Prass for quite a long time. He has made a very measured statement to the effect that for some time now, the mental images conveyed by Prass have taken on a shade of profound anxiety and have become more aloof and detached overall. Zachary Vase attributes this to Prass' horrific experience during the warp storm, but he is less than completely sure that there is still something that sets the Dargon Squire Master's messages apart from those of his fellow survivors.
I don't think so because it is a portrait. This was most certainly placed there with intent. I mean, it's very featureless, so it doesn't signal to me of any intentionally put mystery to solve.
Yeah, the situation is complex, I guess, and it requires further investigation.
The prefect's right finger is pressed down on the runes on her data slate.
As I thought, I deeply regret to inform you that further investigation is impossible. The host fighters are already breaking down the doors of the choir. Delaying the decision would lead to uncontrollable consequences.
Okay, I will pass my judgment.
As you wish, your lordship. Who is to face the death penalty?
Yeah, I mean, I think it makes sense for Top to side with Astropath. Absolutely.
I hereby clear the head of the Astropathic Choir of all charges and order Sister Juice to be executed.
The heroic traitor has passed his verdict. Sister Juice is hereby sentenced to death for making an attempt on the life of the head of the Astropathic Choir. The rogue trader has made his decision. Arbitrators carried out.
I like that it's just a big gun. Oh no, she's crying. Oh god. Yeah. Jesus. Wow. The perfect proceeds matter of factly to the next scroll.
The court will now hear petition CR-1547/33 restated. The petitioner is His Eminence Cardinal Anvelas. Your arguments, please, Cardinal.
A gaunt man raises his bloodshot eyes at you. For a moment, all sound cease, even the scratching of the countless cervical squills. The man's gaze is full of pain, so strong and undiluted that your breath seizes in your throat. Why it says at the bottom, damage taken, Sister Juice? Why does they like putting information about? Oh, it's the portrait of Solomon's boss. He has her hand on his pauldron. In his portrait. I guess that makes sense because I think they added the portraits. In this update, right? In this DLC rather. So it kind of makes that they're both featured. They're in cahoots.
I am a pure Emperor Anointed One. I am beset by pure thoughts. But now I believe my confessions. I've been giving away the treasures I possess, only for people to bring me more. Or still to know that I am leading people astray. They look at me and believe a state of perfect grace is attainable while I am very tired.
The Cardinal blinks away a tear and continues.
But most terrible of all is that my brethren, the preachers of the Corona's expense, see me as a holy man. Their delusion has been so persistent that they sent a petition to Holy Terra, asking that I made as a saint. That was when I became firm in my decision to submit to torture in front of my congregation, just reminding them that no holiness exists unless bestowed as a gift by the God Emperor. Even clerics of my rank and must repent, just becoming more pure every day. Please, allow me to undergo mortal torture in His name in front of my parishioners.
Parishioners? Is it the word? Is it not the patricianers? I guess not.
Am I hearing this correctly? Is the Cardinal asking to be tortured to death for his wickedness?
That is correct. In addition, He insists on your subjects bearing witness to it as a lesson to them, so to speak. To refuse, Cardinal, is impious in itself, but to execute one who's a saint in all but name.
The sergeant has succeeded. You devise an elegant rendering of the sentence, one that will convince everyone that you are in the right and save you from being branded as a saint killer. All you must do is accuse the cardinal of intending to murder an all but canonized individual.
What does my retinue have to say?
Why Solomon is here? I thought you left already.
According to the Lex Imperialis, a candidate saint may personally challenge their sainting by petitioning the ecclesiarch on holy terror. Sidestepping the head of the imperial cult is a violation of the emperor's law, since astropathic communication with the rest of the Imperium has been disrupted. I propose to put Cardinal Anvilus on a ship that crosses the Maw, so that he can submit his request with every formality observed.
But Solomon, the Maw is closed.
That does nothing to diminish the stipulations of the Lex Imperialis. Besides, following the letter of the law absolves you of the necessity of tainting your hands with the blood of a potential saint. Either the Cardinal will cross the Maw, thus proving his sainthood, or he will perish if the Emperor wills it. As you can see, the Lex Imperialis has all the answers.
Okay, I'm ready to pass my judgment.
Yeah, let's go with Solomon. Advice.
I will put my trust in Solomon's advice. If the Cardinal wants to challenge his proposed sainthood, he should go to Terra.
It will doubtless be the Cardinal's most passionate adherents who follow him on that perilous journey, wishing to see him sainted. I suppose it would minimize the potential unrest that ecstatically fervent believers are prone to. The rogue traitor has made his will clear. Cardinal Anvilus will leave the Palace of Justice and accept his fate. Let us move on to the last case for today. The court will now hear case DP-1646/7, Lady Mollus Secundus against the late Lord Mollus. Lord Mollus being deceased, he'll be represented by his progeny, Agartha and Silas Mollus. Representatives, but the parties will present their arguments following standard procedure.
Your Lordship, I am Lady Mollus Secundus. Only 8 cycles ago, a man broke into my house posing as my husband, the late Lord Mollus. Contrary to what I know, he denies that he was killed by pirates. Instead, he purportedly survived, thanks to the God Emperor's providence. However, I hold here his death certificate, issued by the Administratum, which clearly states that my husband passed away. I demand that this fraud be executed. The woman belligerently waves around a scroll on which the words "declare dead" are clearly visible. You must promise me to listen to Hendrik's solution to this. Of course I will.
The arguments are acknowledged and shall be waived. Yes, etc., etc.
Your Lordship, our father did survive.
He really was captured by pirates who were going to demand ransom, but the Imperial Navy managed to board the ship and rescue him. After he went missing, our mother, Lady Mollis, arranged for a death certificate before we received the good news. Now we're in this humiliating position of having to prove that our father is alive, while our mother is living it up as her new husband, Lord Secundus, and has taken over her family business. We implore you to restore Lord Mollis to his life and name. He's humbly awaiting your decision in the Chapel of Patience.
Alright, let's
What does Lord Mollis have to say?
The prefect plays a vox recording on one of the service calls. The soft voice is interspersed with static, but you're able to make out the words.
I am Mollis, and the pirates captured me. I thought I was done for, but fate proved to be more gracious than that. I hurried home, only to, from my own house, by my servants, learned that Lady Mollis had already declared me dead and married Lord Secundus. She'd also taken control of our everything. Agartha and Silas have recognized me. I'm losing my mind.
Well, keeping in mind he was forced to work as an administrative clerk for a while. Oh, I don't remember that. Ice cream after sushi.
But what does the Mollis family do?
The prefect turns on one of her countless data slates.
The Mollis family manufactures nutritional rations. They supply the Astra Militarum, as well as worlds that have no food production of their own. With the lore that they have, they are covered the needs of 3 regiments and 5 worlds. Now it is 5 regiments and 12 worlds. One might say Lady Mollis Secundus has done much better than her husband did.
Commerce has succeeded. Lady Mollis Secundus' talents are self-evident. She could easily boost production on any planet. That might be called her promotion under the guise of punishment would bring tangible benefits. You just so happen to think of several backwater worlds that have good potential but lack the capable stewardship to match it.
Let my retinue speak now.
Henrik throbs the bridge of his nose, looking tired.
The absurdity has dragged on for too long, so be it. The Emperor is my witness. I am reluctant to revisit my early training experience at the Administratum, but I'm going to have to. Does Lady Mollis Secundus have a paper that certifies she's alive? If not, the defendant is to be deemed dead, is all that entails.
Okay, Henriks. That's very cool idea. Thank you. Fantastic solution. Definitely going to achieve yeah, thank you. Oh god. I imagine his years in administratum were very, very productive. Yeah. Okay.
If Lady Mollis Secundus is right, and our children are the impostor's accomplices and are guilty of defaming the authenticity of administratum documents,
Now Solomon has enough Freud in him for a regiment.
let the woman know that her heirs must face the same fate as the criminal, for so stipulates the Emperor's law.
Alright, I am ready to pass my verdict, yes.
Yeah, you know what? Let her cook on some other world.
I hereby sentence Lady Mala Secundus to a duty of exploration and development of the Protectorate's fringe worlds. Give her everything she needs to conduct her business. I expect her results to be impressive. As she has been found guilty, Lord Malus is to be deemed alive.
Lady Mala Secundus will depart her place of exile before today ends. Arbitrators, carry out the sentence.
Oh, she does! Yeah, okay. This is her head. I thought it was like a decoration. I thought it was like a feathers. This is why I was like so confused when you said that she's like holding a pauldron. I was like, wait, what? What? She's not holding anything. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this is a bit of a weird one. This is a bit of a weird move. Very, very intimate, kind of, you know? Yeah, that's kind of strange. God, this cannon is so silly. As the last attendants leave the courtroom, the prefect turns to you with a delighted expression.
Theodora held court sessions like this to strengthen her subjects' faith in the Lex Imperialis and their fear of breaching it. A most useful practice, wouldn't you agree?
It was very amusing at first, but not for long. If we are finally done, I will take my leave.
Of course, your lordship. I dare not take up any more of your time.
Solomon is still in my party. When he's supposed to leave? Oh, I can fix the court cogitator.
Another notch.
Oh, I see. So I need to return to my ship.
One step at a time amidst the madness.
Oh, they have audience. Damn, okay. Also, this is the worst view probably. Because if you're sitting here, you seen fucking nothing. uh, um.
Patience! My nerves are frayed!
To kill with the intent of enriching oneself is a crime. To kill for a righteous cause is deed to be honored and exalted. Excerpts from the Lex Imperialis with addenda. The change is personally signed by Theodora Lancius. Reflect the Constitution comes expense. To
Is the
appropriate.
threat of death the only thing that can make you abide by your own laws? What other sentient creatures realize intuitively you enforce through violence?
True, Elliot!
Don't compare the absolute of the Lex to Xenos instincts. The perfection of the Emperor's law is such that it's not meant to be comprehended, but it is meant to be followed, willingly or otherwise.
This is the first bunter I received in like fucking what? 6 hours or so? Amazing. Absolutely idiotic take by Soul. Yeah, it's... Well, yeah, I mean... Oh, you also got this here? I see.
They will see.
To appropriate another's possessions is
Yes,
transgression
they
against his will.
will see.
For he has divided all of humanity into those who are worthy of having said possessions and those who are not. Oh, I love this. I love this justification. Wait, what did it say? This is shrimping? Oh, shrinkage. Wait a second. Financial reports. The procurement data does not match up with the spending, but this has been gracefully covered up by way of shrinkage column. Yeah, I was like, shrimpage? Wait, what?
There will
Okay.
be no peace in my wake.
Shrimpage column. Print. Coordinator is filled with data on the workings of the Palace of Justice, listing things such as the names of the servants and details of executions. The number of people entering the building is always greater than those who believe it. Countless rows of names and numbers and numbered Lex Imperialis violations merge into an endless. Can I read the rest, game? Nope.
A minute of your time, Rogue Trader. I wanted to inform you that Glade will be staying aboard your ship while I'm away on a mission for the Administratum. His dogmatics have taken quite a hit after everything that then went down in Sarah, so I'm putting him into the care of your tech priests.
You're going on a mission without Gleito? That sounds risky.
It'll be riskier still to go with a malfunctioning cybermastiff. Since I'm pressed for time, I will simply have to adapt to circumstances.
Salmon moves closer to you and lowers his voice.
If I am to leave your ship at dawn, that means we still have a whole night ahead of us. Perhaps you would like to spend it in my company.
Oh, I'm looking forward to our next meeting, yes?
Only Solomon's eyes are smiling. Oh, okay, already in bed. Got it. The dream is shattered by the sound of a gunshot. You open your eyes to see Salomon holding a smoking pistol. His frenzied eyes are trained on the darkness of your chambers. His teeth bared. He's panting like a hunted animal.
Have you lost your mind, Solomon? Stop firing a gun in my chambers.
The face stealers from Sarah. They're here. They've come for us.
Salomon says jerkily, almost barking the words. Tremors wreck his whole body. With each passing second, your eyes penetrate deeper into the gloom. The room is empty. Say nothing and listen intently to every sound. You hear no footsteps, no rustling of clothes, no clinking of blades. With each passing second, the absence of any uninvited guests in your chambers becomes more and more obvious. Finally, Solomon puts his weapon down with an exhausted sigh and says brokenly,
Damn it. I must have imagined them. I'm sorry.
Ah, nothing to worry about. If I dreamt about Vulture, I'd have riddled the whole room with the bullets too.
Who's Vulture? I don't remember anyone with the name Vulture. It does not return your smile. His face is contorted by flashes of furious emotion that he is struggling to control.
Okay. Do you often have dreams like that?
Staring at the smoking gun, Solomon reluctantly grits out. Sometimes. Oh! The administrator lady. Okay, yes. The prefect.
Do you always sleep with your weapon?
Of course. Your question seems to surprise Solomon so much that his bafflement drowns out his roiling emotions for a moment.
Well, since no one is trying to kill us, I suggest we both go back to sleep.
I don't think I'll be able to. I apologize for disturbing you, Rogue Trader. I think I'd better go.
Solomon's low voice is full of anguish and shame.
What did you dream about exactly? Tell me.
Solomon sighs heavily.
I dreamt I saw the dead traitors from Cesara, the ones who plotted against us. They entered our chambers wearing others' faces, but I still knew it was them. I realized they had managed to slip back into other people's bodies before they died. It's shit!
A groan of pain escapes through his gritted teeth. Even in your dreams, you kill the enemies of the Imperium. This is such a... Oh god, this is such a dogmatic brained sentence. Alright, let's touch his shoulder.
No law says you have to carry it all inside. Share it with me.
Under your fingers, the arbitrator's trembling body relaxes. With his eyebrows drawn together grimly, Solomon murmurs.
Not sharing it is better. When you talk to someone about what's weighing on your soul, you become attached to them. And becoming attached is a bad habit for an arbitrator. In my service, every person you know long enough to develop feelings for is likely to die before their time, and horribly at that. Losing people hurts. It's like a piece of your soul dies wishes of them.
Damn, Solomon's like Romans is way more detailed than Cabela's? Like, this is honestly, if you're like skipping his romance, you're like skipping a pretty like important piece of his characterization. While with Cabela, if you don't romance her, you're not really missing out on anything. Solomon raises his eyes to you.
I have become attached to you, and I regret it. And I regret saying all this too. When you die, it'll be very bad for me, and I think of that moment. I wait for it and dread it. And I'm ashamed of this weakness.
Tightly grip his hand.
I permit you to be vulnerable with me. If necessary, I will protect you myself.
Solomon's eyebrows creep upward, the shadow of a smile appearing on his lips.
This is the first time someone has ever offered to protect me, but it feels good.
Leaning back against the pillow, he speaks softly.
You know, maybe the only one who can truly protect me from this bloody horror is you.
Oh ho 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 ho. Oh ho ho ho. I mean, solo when you're talking to a rock trader. uh. Wait, can I invite Solomon? We can just turn it into Sugar Babe and you would never have to. Yes, yes, pretty much. Alright. I cannot summon Solomon. Even so, I could summon Kibela. God damn it. Well, I guess they introduced this scene with like Kibela, right? DLC. Oh, he already fucked off. Oh, actually, yeah. But let me check. Let me check if he's on the on the bridge. Oh wait, who's this? Remember? Why do I have a crew member in the cage? Okay.
How intriguing.
Celestial Eye. The wear gains plus 0% additional hit chance. And deals plus 0% more critical damage. Incredible item! What a beautiful upgrade for me. I will take it. Wait, does it? Wait, what if I actually like equip it? Yeah, it does nothing. Okay. Also, I will put
Even
the
I
mask.
won't do that.
Oh my god! You know who with the hood and this mask? It reminds me of Higgs, right? In the first Death Stranding, I think it was Higgs wearing this kind of mask and sort of like with a hood. If maybe true, yes. Okay, yeah, I remember correctly. You know what? I will keep it. Whatever. Sure, it gives me plus 15 persuasion, and that's what I really care about. Also, let's take this necklace that we stole from the baby. Well, not stole, like just literally taken away. I don't know, I'll just... I didn't steal it, I just took it. Okay, let's check if Salmon is still here. Nope, he's not. Yeah, I guess he already fucked off. So I basically have no quests, like no DLC quests for now. Do I just like travel around the warp? Something's going to happen, Solomon, right? Absolutely. We'll have to go and rescue him or something. Lord Captain, I'm afraid I have bad news to impart. The esteemed Master Ansar will no longer be able to accompany you. According to a message from the Adeptus Arbites, he has been discharged and is currently an overseer on Viabu 6. However, Prefect Vulture has informed me that you have the authority to challenge the decision and have Master Ansar reinstated. I tried traveling a bit, but nothing triggered, hence my fear that the requirement to continue to complete Act 4. Oh, maybe not! Maybe just travel around for a bit.
Solomon has been discharged, but why?
Maybe I have to disable toy box. God. You did this several times? Okay, unlucky. Unlucky shrimp. Yeah, toy box might be the reason. Yeah. Do you recall the internal Adeptus Arbites mission he went on not so long ago? As far as I know, it was a failure which led to Master Ansar being deemed unworthy of his rank and unfit to serve you. I would like to know that his Cybermaster is still on board. Due to the damage the dog sustained on Sarah, Master Ansar left it in the care of your tech priest. I heard there was an implant malfunction. The servants of the Messiah have patched up the creature, but they have also warned that a final synchronization of its implants with the souls of Master Ansar is required before the Cybermaster can be considered fully repaired. Dr. Metal Orc. In relation to Victor? No relation to Victor. Yes, hello, Dr. Metal Orc. I hope the Orc City is doing fine.
As Solomon will rejoin my retinue, I will collect him in person.
Then I will sign the request to have Master Ansar reinstated and notify the overseers on Viabu 6 of your impending arrival. Okay, now I need to remember where that fucking planet is. Okay. Janus is there. It's not marked, it seems. What is it? Java Gamma. Okay, that's okay, not that long ago. Yes, it's a common question that people ask, but yes, Tsoi is just, it's very like common Korean name. Yeah. Somewhere about, yeah, I found that. Yes. Oh, okay, the Harla is now ready to join my flotilla. Okay, got it. I hope I won't have to do any space combat encounters. So that information hopefully will be relevant. Let's just spend the warp point, why not? For safety. Armed guests. Interesting. That's oh no, that's the condemned quest that is related to Solomon. No, I think I need Cassia, right? She's the one that I usually had. Yep. I know, but I have seen weirder things. One drinking buddy of mine was the nephew of Stanley Kubrick. Damn. Yeah, alright. Yes, understandable.
Greetings, your lordship. You've come to collect him, haven't you? Overseer Answer, I mean?
You look a little disturbed. Is Solomon causing trouble?
Most certainly not. He's an arbitrator through and through. I'll bet a discharged one. It's just,
The jailer's rebreather emits a shuddering wheeze.
he's so diligent in his work that us common people cannot keep up.
But state plainly what your problem is.
Your lordship, Weeaboo 6 is a grim and dismal place. But how shall I put this? Master Answer has made it unbearable. He has introduced new policies. Each shift now begins with a penitential scourging followed by an inspection. Even the slightest offense merits 10 lashes. A thorough search and a yet more punishment. And I am talking about the jailers here.
And why is Solomon dictating procedures? Are you not in charge here?
I'm in charge of just this sector. Or was in charge anyway. The head of the colony said that, now that we have an ex-arbitrator, we should heed his wisdom and learn from it. Called us planetoid-dwelling dust gorgers too, but that is beside the point.
Are you saying the colony has become less functional?
Oh no, quite the opposite. You have never enjoyed such strict discipline. Except people are dying a bit too quickly. On both sides of the bars, I mean. Your lordship, there have been several attempts on Master Answer's life. The hate has grown stronger than the fear. Take him away from here, I beg you, please take him away.
Alright, I need to see Solomon immediately then.
Emperor bless you.
God, this place brings memories. This is, I think, where we fight Dark Elders for the first time, right? In this arena? Oh, that was a good time. Oh, Solomon is being attacked immediately. Yep. Well, not anymore. Cute cats, yes. Solomon turns sharply toward you. He's not wearing a rebreather, and fresh bandages peek out from under his uniform. The former proctor roars, consumed with rage.
Who opened the cells? Who did it? Speak or your death will be...
It seems Solomon is a breath away from lunging for you next, but recognition glimmers in those deranged eyes and his voice goes quiet, as if all his strength has fled him.
Tough.
I was told you had been discharged. How did it happen?
I failed a mission. Failed everyone.
Solomon clenches his teeth.
There were too many enemies. The situation was against us. No, I am not making excuses. It was not my first mission to go awry. But I didn't have Glater with me. I was sloppy, unfocused. I owed it to retreat too late. I managed to drag one of the arbitrators to the infirmary. The man died of his wounds. Bottom line, the objective was not accomplished. 10 arbitrators were lost and their commander was somehow left alive. Like a coward, I hoped to be executed, but the marshal sent me to rot on Weeaboo 6 instead, and he was right to do so.
God, you can just kill him here, God.
Why are you not wearing a rebreather? The air here is noxious.
I am too used to arbitrators' helmets. They do not cover the lower part of the face. As for my well-being, frankly, I couldn't care less.
And what happened here exactly?
A pathetic attempt on my life. The second one today. One of the jailers left the cells unlocked so the prisoners could do their dirty work. No matter. I will find the culprits and execute each and every one of them.
Come, Solomon. I have already submitted a petition to have you reinstated.
No, stop. I can't leave. I am guilty.
Guilty? What are you talking about?
I have judged myself and handed down the sentence. Not because of the demotion, so it was the last straw. I cannot do it anymore. I cannot look at the lying governors as scoundrels who succumb to corruption. Or the Xenos who consort with humans because, throne take me, it is permitted under the law of your sector.
All right.
But above else, I cannot bear to look at myself. An arbitrator who's coming apart at the seams. Who turned into a wreck without his dog. Who
releases a ragged sigh.
no longer believes that the Lex Imperialis prevails anywhere at all.
Oh, these enfranchised Arbites. All right. Iliad looks down at the man, but her voice sounds slightly gentler than usual. Oh. You have seen the true face of your kind's world. Ugly, cruel, and deceitful. But the pain you feel is not the end. You have a choice, even now, even here. Marajai scoffs.
Even the way you broke was boring. Go on then. Gamora devours millions like you every day. You will not get to savor your martyrdom for long.
I like Marajai's response to this.
And what is the sentence?
I will serve on Weeaboo 6 until either the world itself or its inhabitants end my existence. Until that day, I will mold this prison into paragon of Imperial order.
And what about Glato?
I don't have the right to keep him anymore.
He reaches his metal fingers toward the Cybermassive's head, but stops just short of touching it.
Deliver him to the Marshal. He'll find Glato a new master.
Solomon slowly raises his hand. His face is twisted in torment. Perhaps his injuries are causing him pain, or perhaps it is the words he's trying to force out.
Glato, Protocol Mortem 80. Guard the target.
Solomon points a trembling finger at you. But the Cybermassive does not react. The scarlet lights of his wizard stare at Solomon, and not a muscle beneath the dark coat quivers in response to the order to leave his master.
He's not listening to me. Is this the aftermath of the damned mission on Susera? Or did the tech priest ever set him back to basic protocols? Throne, what difference does it make? My dog! Can't even give him one last order! Why now, Glato?
Glato has protected you from the convict. Is that not enough for you?
We used to act as one, but not anymore. The last remnants of my composure are gone. Look at me. I am a human scrap, not an arbitrator, just an appendage to this cybermastiff.
Even so, I am not living without you.
You will. You can't stand here forever.
An aggressive grimace appears on Solomon's face.
And besides, you wouldn't want to drag me out of here if you knew the truth. Everything between us was a lie. I was ordered to lie to you, so I did. The truth is I couldn't care less about you.
Explain yourself.
After we slept together, I sent a report up the chain of command. Then the order came in. Maintain the rogue trader's trust.
Aggression builds up in Solomon's voice with every word he says, as though he were deliberately rallying up himself up.
My assignment was to stay at your side and become your confidant. I would say I succeeded in earning your trust, didn't I?
Awareness test succeeded. You detect a certain strain in Solomon's hostile tone, and well-concealed panic deep in his eyes. Oh, that's a lot of options.
Why did he order to do something like that?
It's always better to have a trusted operative in place next to someone who considers himself above Lex Imperialis.
And what about Glayton, your data slate? Was it a lie too?
Yes, it was all arranged. I left the data slate out in the open and ordered Glayton to guard it. The plan was for you to find it and for my clumsy courtship to take me back to your bed.
Solomon looks at you with a ruthless smirk.
I can see you have feelings for me. And I can see you're torturing yourself right now. Once we are out of here, you can get your head straight, and we will return to this conversation later.
Feelings? You are so convinced that the universe revolves around you that I'm supposed to adore you just because you want me to. I expected as much from an upstart spoiled with power. Just like other rogue traders, you have done nothing to earn your warrant other than being born into the right blood. You are a pale shadow of your ancestor who received a sacred authority from the Emperor himself.
Solomon's nostrils flare in anger. Barely regaining control of his emotions, he mutters.
Even if you insist on my return, that won't change the crucial fact that I'm no longer fit to serve the Lex. For an arbitrator who cannot perform his duties, there is only one verdict.
God damn it. The fact. I have. Yeah, I have no options here related to the conviction. God damn it. The fucking centrism punishment. The undecided. Well, let's hope this will work.
It is how proctors end their journey. We can die in a panel world, or in the heat of battle against the most dangerous heretics of the Coroner's expense. The choice is yours.
Alright, test succeeded.
You have a way of hitting a nerve. I'd say you are too good at it.
Simon looks sullenly at the courtyard, where yet another prisoner is about to meet his fate.
Weeaboo 6 is not your prison. It is your personal bunker. You are a coward hiding from the trials bestowed upon you by the Emperor.
God damn it. Yeah, this one has failed.
A coward would have hidden under the rogue trader's cloak to avoid his rightful punishment. Alright I get it. If I don't yield, we'll just stand here and bicker.
There was no more rage in his voice, only limitless weariness.
Enough. You've got your way. Find me on the bridge when you have time. I wish to give a full report.
Alright.
Curiosity. Sings.
Yeah, I'm very curious. What were the conviction options, especially the heretic one? Oh, there are a bunch of armor? Okay. I do feel like we will go against the Marshal. It is definitely a suspicion.
Thank you for finding the time to discuss my report. I would ask that we hold this conversation in private. Might I suggest your study, Rogue Trader?
So finally, the worst character. No! The moment we left the bridge, he lost his voice. Report lies on the desk in front of you. Someone clearing his throat speaks dryly.
I, Solomon Answer, formally request to be relieved of my position in the Rogue Trader's retinue due to my failure to live up to the high trust placed in me.
And why do you wish to leave my retinue?
Let's not play mind games. I took advantage of your trust. I deceived you, I insulted you. I don't think you want me anywhere near you.
Someone devoured the solitary page of the report with his eyes, as if he is hesitant to look up at you. A faint blush creeps across his cheeks. Oh my. Study the report. The text of the report is dry and the handwriting psychologically perfect. In a couple of ruthless phrases, Solomon passes judgment on himself. Failed to demonstrate loyalty in keeping with the favor shown, and lowered myself to deliberate lying.
I have been extremely honest with myself and you in my report.
Wordlessly tear up the report. Solomon's pupils dilate as he watches your fingers tear his letter to shreds. When he opens his mouth, his voice is hoarse.
You are entitled to do this. To my act of penance.
I saw that you were lying to yourself and me about your feelings. I am important to you, so you are trying to punish yourself. But that is your game and I am not playing. Go and attend your duties.
That's not what I... As you will, Rogue Trader.
Solomon's eyebrows fly upward. His face is stony as he silently salutes you and leaves the study with a painfully straight back. So, wait, what now? He's no longer an Arbites, right?
Rogue Trader.
Shall we discuss the mission on Cicero?
Of course. Which part?
Oh, what do you think we could have done to satisfy the prefect?
I do not know.
Decopification.
It was one of those tough situations where only time will tell how well you handled them. If I were in your position, I would take the prefect's evaluation in stride and learn from your painful experience on Dasara. Sometimes, life knocks the wind out of you in a way that can't be dodged, so it helps to learn how to take a hit.
The prefect can say what she likes. I am convinced that I made the right choice.
Hello, double dot. Hello, hello.
I'm not going to call the prefect's judgment into question, but you had to make a difficult decision, and you made it. You took responsibility. I appreciate such qualities in people.
I'm curious. Did you like any of the entertainment we saw in Cicero?
I was on a mission, not attending to pointless amusements.
I mean, there must have been something that appealed to you.
Very well. If you insist, let me think about it one more time. The wine smelled like wash. The imposter hunt was a plot. I failed to see anything appealing there. And the rest of the festivities had all the characteristics of degradation. I believe that covers everything.
Oh my god, this is enormous cake cube, damn. Do you do this like with redeem with Nikolai bucks? Oh, you do this with bits? Damn! Impressive, damn. Thank you, Triangle. It is a very beautiful giant cake cube. I like, because it's gigantified, you can actually see the axis in Trash Broom, that it's in the 0 coordinates. It's not my birthday. It is not.
Nope, wait a second. I don't know why, but I enjoyed seeing that augmented beast roam free.
Well, you are simply no good at enjoying yourself.
You are quite right, and I'm almost proud of it. What kind of arbitrator would stoop to idle revelry or throne forbid dancing?
Happy not birthday, thank you. Throne forbid dancing.
On second thought, maybe Cicero was not all that impressive after all.
I'm certainly no expert or point of reference on this subject. Perhaps you are simply hard to impress. You are a rogue trader, after all. We could discuss something else?
We should discuss your return from Viaboo 6.
Yes, I've been looking for a chance to have this conversation. I must tell you something about my past, so that we might consider the matter closed. If you agree to hear me out, that is.
How's Glato? Do you two act as one again?
You need not concern yourself with Glato. I recently finished checking all his protocols. His responses are instantaneous. I cannot pretend I haven't missed his companionship.
Did the Marshal contact you about your reinstatement?
He did send a message, and the phrasing was unusually heartfelt. Solomon Anthar, you are hereby restored to your rank of Proctor. Never allow even a shadow of dishonor to fall on your uniform again.
God damn it. So he's a cop again. Alright.
Pardon me? But exactly which part of that was heartfelt?
Every word? You don't know the Marshal that well, so you can take it from me.
So, what do you wish to tell me?
It's about what really pushed me into the pit of anger. Back in Calixis, before I was promoted to Proctor, I served in the same squad with another arbitrator, Emerson. He wasn't just a comrade. We entered the Schola Progenium together. We went through training together. We were assigned to the same hive world. He was like a brother to me, and I killed him. Remember that mission I told you about? The one that cost me my arm? It was Emerson who sold us out to the crime syndicate and compromised the raid. I was badly wounded in the fight, lying on the floor, barely alive. The rest of the squad had gone to scout the area, and Emerson stayed to guard me. He didn't notice that I was awake. He was talking over the Vox. He kept demanding bigger payment, and when he started giving our coordinates, I shot him in the back of the head. I figured that we weren't making it out of there alive, so I logged my final report, attached my Vox to Glato's collar, and told him to return to the headquarters. Then, I passed out again, and when I came to, I had already been captured. The heretics tortured me for days, but I held on until the exaction squad arrived.
Yes, it is very refreshing to hear the character's voice, actually.
Why did the heretics capture you instead of just killing you on the spot?
I was right by their contact's corpse. They had to know how I found them out and what else I knew about them. He tried to beat the answers out of me, tried long and hard. I kept my mouth shut because I knew that the second I started talking, they would dispose of me.
Not that I'm saying your VEs, but yes, of course. I am definitely acting on the level of yes, very high quality.
And how did you survive your captivity?
I could throw pretty words at you about how I went through the Injunctor Cardinal in my mind, or prayed to the Emperor, but I did pray, and I was well trained to tolerate pain, but every arbitrator has their limit. When I was almost broken, what helped me through was hatred. I kept recalling that bastard's face and smothered any base thoughts I had about welcoming death again and again. Hours of agony, hours in the whirlpool of pure rage.
And what happened? What happened next?
I was put under investigation, but was cleared of the charges and assigned to piety without Glato. The most corrupt hive world in the Drusis marches. 2 years among the vilest dregs of humanity. It was a test, and I passed. I got my promotion, got Glato back. But after Emerson's betrayal, I was never the same.
If even arbitrators are capable of violating the law, what does it say about the rest of humanity?
You understand? It has been gnawing at me for so long. I guess I just needed to hear another human being voice my own thoughts. Thank you.
And have you recentered yourself?
I wasn't myself for a while, but I gritted my teeth and started reading the catechisms of the Lex Imperialis from the very beginning, as if I were back in the Schola Progenium. Whenever I felt like I might break down again, I locked myself in my cabin and recited the Injunctor Cardinal, and it helped. My faith has overpowered my disappointment and hatred. It is true that people are weak and full of vices, but that's not what's important. All that matters is that the letter of his law is perfect and that it guides me. His word and nothing else.
Okay, he basically returned to his status quo. Alright.
Good. It is about time we changed the subject. You know where...
Well... Okay, now I actually unsure what's next. Do I need to fly around the warp again? I guess.
Lord Captain, we have just received an urgent Vox transmission from Darganus. Marshal Strax requested you come to the Administratum Palace for a discussion of the utmost importance. Alas, that is the extent of what we know. The message ends there.
Alright. Alright. It is, here, yes. Okay.
The Slurper, yes.
Okay. Okay, let me check his portrait. Yeah, that's him. Yes. You can see the hand of the vulture. Yep. Marshal Drax regards the prefect with an implacable expression.
Out of the question. I want to speak about resolving the situation with the Rogue Trader directly. Now, intermediaries.
As she speaks, Prefect Vulture's augmented hands constantly fidget with a tattered piece of paper that may have once been a report.
But for how much longer might we have to wait for the Rogue Trader? 10 turns? 30? Thrice that? Time is an invaluable commodity, and we currently have none, esteemed Marshal. Not to mention the decree RP/84-289 explicitly states.
She stops abruptly when she sees you. The Marshal raises his chin.
Rogue Trader! The Adeptus are bidden request your immediate cooperation. The sacred ties collected from the coroner's expense is in danger, and you're the only one who can negate this threat.
Why me specifically? If this is so important, you should ask the Inquisition.
The Inquisition's resources are limitless. Nor is this within their jurisdiction. The matter is delicate, however, it calls for the utmost secrecy. It is almost intimately related to your dynasty and ancient covenant with Adeptus Arbites. We indeed require your personal assistance.
In what danger you are referring to, Marshal?
Out of the expenses of Blade Rogue Trader. The state of disorder jeopardizes a critical strategic location. The planet releases its clandestine world provided by Theodora Valentius for the purpose of storing the sites collected from the world of the coroner's expense.
Strax's cheek twitches.
Your present. The planet is overflowing with the sacred tribute amassed over the course of decades. After we lost contact with every single ship sent through the more recent years, the decision was made to cease all attempts to transport the tides out of the expense until the warp stimulus has subsided. It was for just such periods of this more impossibility that the storage world of research was the waste.
The raspy voice of the prefect cuts across the marshal's speech.
If I may provide certain details. As per regulations, prior to being sent to this temporary depot, the TIE shipments were first brought to Darkness. These deliveries were made using barges crewed by servitors, as the only people on board with the privilege of autonomous behavior being key officers and arbitrator escort. In other words, the location of both the system and the planet was strictly classified. A special pact was made with Navigator House. Even I was not entrusted with the coordinates.
The marshal looks straight at you.
Given the scarcity of our resources, absolute secrecy is Litz's main line of defense. However, we are detecting increased activity near the storage wall's location. I do not want to do this, but I am quite plainly forced to ask for your help. Go to research and organize the extraction of the Imperial ties to Darkness for further safekeeping.
Nod towards the strangers in the room.
Who are these people? They do not look like administrators' clerics.
The prefect looks at them and snaps her fingers. The fighters immediately make the sign of the Aquila. It's funny.
These are my bodyguards, members of the Fangs of the Expanse. They are here to demonstrate my willingness to offer the Adeptus Arbites whatever cooperation I can.
In other words, they are here in case a diplomatic approach fails and you need to show a force instead. Thank you, Hendrix. Thank you for elaborating.
Who are the Fangs of the Expanse?
Mercenaries.
The marshal spits the word out in disgust. Vulture sighs.
Gregoris. You know we need every fighter we can get these days. You have precious few people at your disposal, and every year fewer still remain. The Adeptus Administratum regulations do not prohibit the employment of hired force.
She meets the marshal's fierce gaze with a calm composure.
Increased activity? Marshal, do you suspect that someone's trying to find their way to the planet?
The marshal draws a sharp breath.
Impossible. That would mean that someone commanding what resources and influence knows of its existence. We have no evidence that could support this conjecture. Considering the current state of the coroner's expense, the spires and sinners roaming everywhere at the priest, it is far more likely that the storage world will be discovered by accident.
Awareness test succeeded. The hastiness of the marshal's rejection of your theory is the best proof that he himself considers a deliberate search to be a plausible explanation, but it seems he is unwilling to admit it, even to himself.
Why can't you explore the ties yourself? That is an acceptable option, one with which we are prepared to proceed. The Adeptus Administratum has requisitioned mercenary troops of the highest caliber. Under extreme circumstances, the Lex Imperialis permits.
Out of question.
There is steely ringing in Strack's voice.
At the commander's expense, there exists a strict separation of authority between the Adeptus Arbites and the Administratum, as certified by the Von Valence's dynasty and formalized in the Lex Tergonis. Transporting the ties or ties to either from resources and maintaining its security is a duty of the Adeptus Arbites. Aside from the head of the dynasty, only we have the right to set foot on the leases or to know its quarters, such as the word of the law.
The Marshal turns again to look at you.
There is another reason. Under the present circumstances, only you can provide the necessary level of security for the Imperium proper to start on our world. Their beatings are too few, and our forces are stretched too thin, and we must see to the stability of Tide's deliveries from other worlds, and prevent any attempts to disrupt such stability. Thus, we are humbly asking you to help us.
I must remind you, to my embarrassment, that darkness was guided by Zeus not long ago.
And I hope that you have since drawn some conclusions about the importance of guarding your keywords.
The Marshal raises an eyebrow, then sighs.
The expense burns, all of it. You have no safer options.
The way they talk about this, that sounds like we're in Act 4, right? When, like, the whole expanse is just basically being fucking attacked on all fronts. So it seems that the ending of the DLC, at least, is indeed basically locked behind the Act 4, right? Why are these smiles?
Are you telling me that the ties from the entire Corona's expanse is being hoarded on leases? Just how much are we talking about exactly?
The Marshal sighs in anguish.
Enough to instantly turn anyone who captured into the force more intimidating than Conspalicus should have borrowed. A tempting prize, as you can see.
What can you tell me about leases? I do not recall seeing it on any star charts.
At my insistence, it was struck from all astrogational data. It was once a peripheral world was aware to the tax collectors, which is why its disappearance did not raise many questions. No one cared about a planet that had nothing to give.
Theodora had a whole...
Theodore, I know.
Theodora had a whole secret planet in her possession, and yet no one cared about to inform me.
The prefect clasps her hands.
Lady Theodora was fond of secrets, and good at keeping them. You inherited those secrets when you ascended her throne, but there are so many of them that apprising you of them all would be an impossible task, as is determining the scope of your knowledge. Well, this must be resolved without delay. I will go there at once.
The Marshal nods.
I will have the coordinates and passwords to transfer to you. They are for your eyes only. Once you have arrived at the location, you are to oversee the tide's transportation to Darkness. You will meet the bodies here and then redirect them to secure wards.
I must ask that you hurry, your lordship, before all is lost.
The prefect bows. God, the Ties episode,
One step at
the
a
third
time.
episode that features the Administratum planets, where they collect the ties, is quite it is quite good. I'm actually kind of curious to see how they will present the storage world here. Oh, okay, it's here, so wait. Oh, I can. We will fight. We'll have a warp encounter. Yep. Hopefully it won't be a very annoying one. The warp tier has split open on the storage decks, and a whole pack of demons has burst through. Creatures of odd forms and varieties, but all of them equally bloodthirsty and brutal. The crew is struck with terror, praying for the Lord Captain's wisdom. Blessed by holy gifts, the God Emperor's loyal servants will battle his enemies without any fear or doubt. Blessed relics instilled the souls of the woodsmen with such faith that there was no room for fear or doubt. It may have taken a staggering number of casualties to spray over the enemy, but their sacrifice was not in vain. Okay, we did not actually have to fight anyone. Good. Space dust. Oh, okay. Thank God I don't see any space combat encounters here. God bless. Okay, this is Lisa's. Let's go.
Lord Captain, we are now in Lys's orbit. The ship has successfully exchanged access codes with the Adeptus Arbites outpost, but their landing pad is unavailable. The shuttle pilot is already calculating the closest possible landing point. Await to... The Voxcast is interrupted by a crackle that turns into a ragged ultrasonic hum. A moment later, the connection returns to normal.
You send the tech priest to determine the cause of the malfunction immediately.
The investigation is already underway, Lord Captain. The incident did not affect the security of our Voxcasts. It seemed more akin to reciprocal auger scanning.
Why is the landing pad unavailable?
The augurs are detecting foreign objects in the way, possibly cargo containers.
Alright, I'm ready to descend to the surface.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Yep. Yep. I wonder if they used the Ties episode as a reference to. But it's like it's completely just covered in containers. Everywhere you see, there's just like containers, and that's it. Look at this.
In this tapestry of a world.
Judging from our past history of traveling in the rogue trader's retinue, I am expecting profit-related activities to commence any minute now.
Okay, Hendrix. Yeah, that's... I like it. I like this level. Look at this statue not fitting in the container, and nice, very nice. Yeah, look at this mess. Yeah, they can't show the scale very well here, right? But the Ties episode shows the scale very well. It's literally just the planet covered in containers, really. There's nothing but fucking skyscrapers made of containers. Okay, I want to continue playing, but I think I have to stop here because I actually need to work a little bit after this. Yeah, so I'll stop here, and I guess this feels like the end of the DLC to me, pretty much. So, yes, GG's for today. Thank you everyone who stopped by, the Procrastinator. So, yeah, I will see you on Thursday. Probably with Rogue Trader. Yeah, I guess on Thursday I'll finish the DLC. And, yeah. Have a nice rest of the day, everyone. And bye-bye. Bye-bye.